Farming simulation games have been cultivating a unique niche in the gaming world for a long time, from classic series like Harvest Moon to the indie phenomenon Stardew Valley. These games offer more than just virtual farming. They give us a chance to escape and experience the satisfaction of nurturing virtual lives. They blend relaxation with creativity, offering a refreshing break from high-stakes adventures. We all love those games that have things like romances, building community with other villagers, festivals, those typical things that make farming sims great. But with Fields of Mistria coming out, I want to talk about how I feel about farming sims and where they should go in the future, but also pay some homage to the past, because there's always one thing that always gets me when it comes to farming sims. People seem to forget about the ones that paved the way. I want to know how y'all feel about these farming simulators. I want to know how y'all feel about the cozy games, the chill games, the ones that take you to these farmlands and you do a task that I probably wouldn't even want to do in real life. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite farming sim is, and let's get into the video. So for those who don't know what Fields of Mistria is, you have to restore this town to its former glory after an earthquake wreaks havoc and strange magic begins to flow through the land. While I won't be doing a review right now for this game, which you'll probably get later on, I do want to let y'all know what's in the game and what you can expect from it, because it's something that a lot of fans of farming simulators will like, especially those Stardew fans, when you can customize your character, home and farm to suit your style. And one thing they have is a lot of clothes, options, pronouns, a lot of things that a lot of farming sims miss out on that people have been asking for. It also has the things like the marriage candidates, raising animals, but also they have magic that will aid you during farming and adventuring. But also this game is in early access, so there is more to come, but it is on Steam right now for $13. Now, what I do like about Fields of Mistria is what I feel like is missing in the farming sim genre. With Fields of Mistria releasing in early access, I've seen a lot of creators, a lot of streamers, a lot of the homies playing this game and loving it. And with good reason, because Stardew Valley took over as an indie game by one person that ended up selling 20 plus million. And a lot of times that same fact sometimes gets on my nerve. Let me tell you why. And it's not a bad thing. It's just, I always often see people forget the OG. A lot of times people say, is it like Stardew? It's like Stardew, it's like Stardew. But what is Stardew like? A lot of people forget that there's a series that started all of this that also deserves its flowers, and that's my only thing. I love Stardew, but we gotta give it up for Harvest Moon, the OG Harvest Moon, which is now named Story of Seasons. And that game came out back in the 90s, as is known in Japan as Bokujo Monogatari. One thing I want to attribute to people kind of forgetting about is because around 2014, a lot of people forgot. A lot of people saw the name change to Story of Seasons. And the game that they knew as Harvest Moon was made by Natsume, and the quality was not the same because while it shared the name, it didn't share the same devs that the original games had. And because of that, you kind of seen a small decline in the interest of that. But a lot of people were not hip to these farming sims. But when Stardew Valley dropped, it exploded and everybody started trying them out. And that's what I do like about Stardew Valley, is it did bring a lot of eyes to a genre that many people might not know I love and enjoy. Farming sims were games that really made me look into how games are different. They really were an escape from life, like just me to do something mundane, something to keep my mind busy, but also just so many characters to explore, so many characters that are dope and things like that. I enjoyed those games for the setting, the music, and the vibes. So I always want to give flowers to Harvest Moon Story of Season when we talk about these new games that come out, because without them they wouldn't exist. Without Harvest Moon Story of Season, Stardew wouldn't exist. And I also got to throw your hat into Rune Factory, because Rune Factory is a spinoff to Harvest Moon Story of Seasons by the same people, but they add the fantasy into it. They add the combat, they add the anime waifus, they add the story that you don't really get in traditional farming sims. They added the story, and you can also contribute that to the evolving farming sim genre that focuses not only on farming but also combat and other natural, supernatural things. While Fields of Mistria shows that you can be unique but yet familiar, I think that's the main problem with a lot of farming sims these days, is there are so many now, a lot of them don't have their own identity, or they don't do anything different. And that's what we need to see more from the farming sim genre, because for me personally, I'm not gonna keep buying all these farm sims if you don't do anything different, especially at base level. When it comes to a farming sim that's really cut and dry, and it's Stardew, it's you go on the farm, you fish, you go into the caves. It's not really supernatural. It's not doing anything different from the OG Harvest Moon series. I'm probably not gonna buy it again unless you do something different. The only people that's gonna get that liberty from me is the original OG Story of Seasons folks. I will support those games because they started it, and I know that that's the original formula, and that's who I want to see that formula from. Everyone else got to get creative for me, and that's why I like Fields and Mistria, along with why it kind of looks like, you know, Stardew, things like that. You can see that, but the colors pop off. I love the way it looks. Kind of gives me Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past with the color palette that they use, but also it's just the whole aesthetic, the anime. It's like an 80s, 90s anime aesthetic, and you get the full portraits of folks. It just brings more personality to the game. And there's still more to come. And other games have tried to be different. There's a lot of them that I do like. I know a lot of people enjoy Palia because it's kind of like the farming sim MMO. A lot of people like those games that remind them of Stardew Valley. Then you take something like Sunnyside, which I like because it takes farming into a modern era. No longer are you using water pails and things like that. You actually got a water hose. Like, that's what I need for farming sims in the future. Keep striving to be different. Keep doing the things that we love, but also give me a reason to stop playing the one I'm already playing. And I feel like that's what Fields and Mistria is doing, because again, it gives them that feeling of familiarity when it comes to farming sims, but also it has a different coat of paint that people that are new to the series will enjoy, but also people that are akin to farming sims will be happy to see. And that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Is just my initial feelings right now, just when it comes to farming sims, and just seeing Fields and Mistria being so celebrated. I want it to keep being celebrated. I think it's gonna be a great game. I'll be playing it more, and you'll get a review from me later. But I just like the feelings that it's giving folks. That's what I want to see in farming sims. The next thing I need to see for a farming sim is to take that next level when it comes to a Rune Factory type of game, or take that next level when it comes to the 3D Harvest Moon, 3D Story of Season games. How will you expand on that? Make it feel like something new. I want to see that when it comes to farming sims, because I love this genre. Let me know how you feel about farming sims or any farming sim adjacent games, like those games that do something a little bit different but keep that farming sim spirit alive, like Animal Crossing, Potion Permit, Starbound, things like that. Other than that, I appreciate y'all for watching the video. If you haven't played Fields and Mistria yet, try it out and let me know. Y'all have a good one, and bye.